So good morning.
Morning.
It's such a beautiful morning. And I just love how everybody just takes care of all their little things to do. And the only reason I mention that is because I used to try to do it all. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Together, let's take a nice deep breath and release it all the way. And then if you want to join me, say, I am here. I'm here. We are here. I am alive and awake and aware, and I'm enthusiastic. And a lot of that is just by choice. So this morning, as we begin our meditation, we let some more folks trickle in. We just let go of everything that has happened before this moment, because we're here right now. And so close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or you may just keep your eyes open and use the image on the screen to focus. Grateful to have you adding your consciousness to our gathering here this morning. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Spirit, life force, source, God, all that is, the divine, and the divine nature within us, each one of us. Thank you, thank you, thank you that all that we needed to be here this morning came about in the right way at the right time, because we had a divine appointment this morning. Thank you for making your divine appointment. And now let's together do an inquiry meditation. It's been said not to ruin a good question with an answer. And so what would it be to just remain in the question? Maybe the question is why? There are a lot of things in our world and even in our personal lives that might deserve that question. Why? And so it's out there. It's in our consciousness. And so let's just sit with it for a moment. Why? And just breathe into the silence behind the question. Why? Don't jump to an answer. Don't jump to a conclusion. Allow your divine nature to have the answer and to hold the answer for you. So we, you, each one of us, we get to rest in that space of the silence. And there will be moments when the question comes up again. And then we go through that process once again. We might even say, I'm not going to ruin a good question by answering it. I am going to allow my higher nature, my higher self, my God self, my inner being, to just hold that answer for me so that I can move about my day in a sense of peace and harmony, being the love that I am. Because we all know that a lot of the time we are caught up in our heads, trying to figure it all out, and thinking and just knowing that it should be different than it is. And so this little practice can help us throughout the day to find that place again of peace and harmony, that place where we can focus on just being who we are, love. Because, oh, are we beautiful, radiant love? So join me in affirming and knowing just silently in your head. I am a big, bright, brilliant beam and being of radiant light. I am love. And just breathe with that for a moment. Just breathe. And so if we want to give some greater depth to that questioning and non-answering tool, we might imagine that big, bright, brilliant beam of radiant light right in the center of our being. That's our beingness. That is us. That is that which was before these bodies, is now, and will forever be. Holy, eternal, courageous souls that jumped into these bodies, ready and raring to go. And some of us are feeling a little worn down. And that's when we turn to that light within that's holding the answers, holding the truth for us. holding the healing, the peace of mind, the joy. There's joy. Yes, there's joy inside of me, inside of you, that is not dependent on what is going on outside of me or you. So let's just breathe with that for a moment. You know, we're in this together. We're not alone. We're never alone. And so that light that is within us, that we are turning to, that big, bright, brilliant beam of radiant light, is also where we go just to return to peace, to switch over from an outer focus to an inner one. And you might say, well, that's where all the turmoil is. Well, that's because we're up in our heads a lot of the time. So the invitation this morning is to make that very short journey. They say it's about 16 inches. And it may feel like miles and miles. The journey from the head to the heart. And then we can ask that question again that we're not going to answer. Not just why, but the question of how. And when. And where. So I'm releasing those questions this morning, and I'm knowing that the higher self of me is holding them for me. So I choose to allow the divine unfoldment of all those answers in the right way, at the right time, divine order, divine appointment, perfect order, perfect timing. And that is the truth. And so it is. So it is.